Helium, and in today's video I'm going to show you a step-by-step of how to add your brand's products to Amazon Seller Central. I'm going to be covering how to add specific unique products that you might want to be adding into your catalog on Amazon, maybe that you're not currently selling, or if you're looking to launch a new product in your product line, this video is for you. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how to add a product that is going to be new to Amazon. If your product is already being sold and there's already a listing up, make sure that you're not creating a new listing, but watch my video here if you want to learn how to make sure that listing is optimized, that it is set up, have success, and for sales on Amazon. So once you are inside Seller Central in the dashboard, you're going to click on the three-line menu at the top, the little hamburger menu, the upper left corner, choose catalog, then you're going to choose add products. Now you're going to add here this unique information from your brand. This is the manual way to do it. There is also a way where you can download a flat file for your product category. If you want a video specifically on that, feel free to drop that in the comments below and I'd be more than happy to do that. But then from here, you're going to choose the tab and click start. So really from here, you're just going to follow the on-screen prompts to fill out all of the necessary information. Now that is something I will stress. Make sure to, at the minimum, have just the necessary information, especially if it's overwhelming, because there are a lot of different fields that Amazon allows you to add in. And while that is going to be great and helpful for your listing in the long run, if you're just trying to learn the process, and for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to cover the basics on the required information. Okay, now a few things you'll want to focus on even before you're creating that listing. So make sure to watch that video on how to create a winning product listing. Now you're going to definitely need to be doing a lot of things before you even kind of go to that page. So you would have wanted to do keyword research for all the different places that you're putting words and copy. So think the title, the product description, the bullet points, product description, even if you're doing A+ content or premium A+ content. And I have a video on premium A+ content. So if you're not aware of what that is and you have brand registry, make sure to watch that video to take advantage of that while it's still a newer feature. Now, you're going to actually want to make sure that you're putting in keywords that people are actually searching for on Amazon. That's why it's different than how people are searching on Google, and it has to be specific to Amazon. Now, you're also going to really want to set up your success in the beginning with high quality images. For the purposes of setting up a new listing, you don't need all of the images that are allowed. You just need at least one. But before the listing goes live, I would definitely recommend you have all these things in place. So we actually like to get this done, all of this done beforehand for our clients, and then have everything set up to launch for success. So that way, as soon as the listing gets live, it's ready to go and it's ready to sell. And you do want to make sure it also is standing out from the competition. You really want to showcase and sell your products. Think of your Amazon product listing as your 24/7 salesperson. So think about how much you would have to pay a salesperson. This is what is automatically happening for you on Amazon, and yet it's so neglected a lot of times, where I still see a lot of listings that aren't fully built out as they should be. They're not helping to really sell your products. These are all the elements that you're going to want to have when you're setting up your listing. All the available images, load them up with all images. Make sure they're images that are used to convert for Amazon. So this is going to be something where you might actually not want to use your Shopify images, as beautiful as they might be. You want to make sure you're leveraging the right type of images on Amazon for that space, because it is prime realty of what people are first looking at, especially when they're on their phones shopping, and more people now are shopping on their phones. So you want to have things like infographics and lifestyle images, things like that. And I could go more in depth on that in another video in the future. If you'd like to hear about that, feel free to drop that in the comments below as well. And even better is, if you're eligible for premium A+ content, make sure that is live as soon as the listing is live. Also, it's definitely recommended. Some people like to test out FBM to see if this is something that's even an opportunity for a new product in your product line. I would recommend FBA, to be quite honest, if that's something that you're looking at doing long term. That way you get better data from the product's ability to sell. You just don't have to send in as much as you think, just because storage fees, things like that. But you definitely, I would recommend, if you can, send in FBA if that's the way you plan to sell it long term. Now, you're going to obviously be looking to hopefully at the market, what's happening within your market. Also looking at the market on Amazon. There's a lot of competition there. You're going to want to see and make sure that that price point, you're still going to make a profit after all FBA fees. They have their referral fee. I did a more recent video too on the updates for this year if you're watching this in 2024. If not, those fees may have changed, but there is a video here on the most recent updates there. And make sure you're using, like I said, the bullet points, even more details. That's for really people that are kind of looking for the nitty-gritty. You have to remember different customers are going to shop differently, and you want to make sure you're touching all those different customer questions that might come up, because they cannot pick your product up like they would in a physical retail store. Now, you can always look at that little question mark button there, and you can click into that if you're not really sure what they're asking you to put in there. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to show you just the required, but it is best practice really, if you want the best for your listing, to make sure you fill as much information as possible so Amazon even knows what the product is, and you can have a better results with being able to be found in searches, things like that. Now, once you've filled out all that information, make sure to click that save and finish, and really you can set when you want the offer to be live. I would not recommend to set the listing to go live right away. Obviously, I mean, you could have your own warehouse if that's what you plan to do, fulfilled by merchant or FBM for short. You can do that if you would like. I wouldn't recommend it though if you plan to do FBA. I would recommend setting the listing to go live in the future date. That way you have enough time for your inventory to get into Amazon's warehouse, get checked in, be made available, and then you have the listing go live. This will help it to be set up for the most success possible. And you'll also want to make sure to have your everything ready to go with your ad campaign specifically for that new product, and make sure you're allotting enough in your budget for specifically launching this new product or products on Amazon, because you want that to get visibility, especially on super relevant terms that you think that it should show up for on Amazon. And I want to share with you a quick case study too. For one client in a very competitive space, we were able to do exactly this process of kind of what I explained to you. We used the flat file instead of the backend like I'm showing you kind of with my screen shares there, but we were able, once the listing went live, the inventory was already available FBA, the product went live, we had the ad campaigns ready as well at the same time, and they were able, within the first 3 weeks of launching the new product on Amazon, were able to get the #1 bestseller badge for their subcategory. So that is the power of doing everything right in the back end. It takes a lot of prep work, but if you do it successfully, you can set up that product and that listing for success, because right from the get-go, you want it to be successful and you want to continue to build that momentum on Amazon. And once you're done with your listing, make sure you take the next right steps to ship FBA like I mentioned earlier. So I think that you'll find this next video here where I walk you through the pros, the cons, and all the different things about FBA versus FBM.